Let's understand this definition given by Kader and Badlaku on entrepreneurship. Review. The entrepreneurship and the recognition of entrepreneurs' role for the economic system have been revealed by different authors for 2 centuries. Obviously, government cannot and would not provide the livelihood for the times to come. Most of the world's economies, it's the entrepreneur that employ more people than any government can. And so entrepreneur's role is there in economic system and development of a country. And this we have been, talking for over last 200 years. There are some controversies regarding the meaning and significance of entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. Last decade, we have seen some concept being developed as entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship, which is nothing but when you are really professional, if you're working in a larger organization, and that's exactly what an intrapreneur is all about. We know of so many of the great entrepreneurs, like Mr. Mark Shuttleworth, started Ubuntu Linux. Then Bill Gates, Microsoft, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Oprah, we know. Steven Spielberg, we must have been mesmerized by his work and his movies. Soichiro Honda, the Honda company from Japan. Herman Mashaba, Black Like Me, that's a South African organization. So the rule of entrepreneurship is the effort of the business launch, exploiting an existing or unidentified opportunities in the external environment, followed by growth and development on a specific area. So you have identified an opportunity, it should lead to a growth and development. So like, just identifying is not enough, and that's the perspective. All right, let me check what time it is. All right, the simplest form of entrepreneurship concept appeared in early 70s. As a certain paradigms changed in the market, economy, and companies' culture, the origin of entrepreneurship are to be found, no doubt, in entrepreneurship. The author who introduced the notion of entrepreneurship and entrepreneur his name is Gifford Pinchot III in 1978. This notion stems from perspective. Entrepreneurship is a set of good business practices that gives full credit to people with entrepreneurial personality in a large organization where they innovate quickly, and not only for their own benefit, but also for the benefit of the organization, consumer, and clients. That was Pinchot saying in 2010. Entrepreneurship encompasses individual action and team actions that behave in an entrepreneurial manner in order to serve the interest of very large companies and supply chain with or without official help. Interestingly, companies like Google and Microsoft, they have people and their managers, they would not possibly, engage with other employees for 1 year. It's only when they, their performance appraisal is to be done, the manager would be asking, what have you done in the last year, and what is that you are going to do in next year? So they are given full freedom to choose the project that they like and to act accordingly. And that's a true intrapreneurship skills. We know about this man, Mr. Dancote, and
No, I know him, Dangote.
come again, Shaibu.
Dangote, I know him.
All right.
He wants a refinery, yeah.
Yeah, not only refinery, but a
Cement.
cement company,
Yeah.
oil, flour mill, sugar mill.
Yes.
Initially, he faced regulatory hurdles, and then he has been into various philanthropy activities as well. And he was seen with the president-elect Bola Tinubu, 2023. Can somebody tell me what is he doing talking to new president? May you assist me make sense what he is doing?
Is creating ground for its business growth and development. That is what it's doing.
Yeah, so true. I grew up with a gentleman, his name is Robin Sharma, and he had worked for various organizations. And last time I checked, he had a corpus of around 25 billion US dollars that he would invest in various countries. And he had said a famous thing, which I quote. Ruchir Sharma has said this, and Ruchir Sharma, what he has said. He said, in developing or emerging nations, you become billionaire not because of your business capabilities, but you can become a billionaire by having political connections. Is that true, ladies and gentlemen?
Correct.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So we have seen the growth of
Very true.
like
Financial power is directly proportional to political power.
Adani, companies like Reliance in India. All these companies had grown because of their political connections. All right. So that was about Dangote Group. What you see is an entrepreneurship, or what you see here is an intrapreneurship. All right. So this is a confectionery called Repute, and this is how their fine dining areas are. It is in Budapest. They make very fine chocolates as well, and fine delicacies as far as confectionaries are concerned. This is how their some of the confectionery may look like. Very interesting. They have been operational since 1858, so a large legacy, a big brand. So anybody visiting Budapest, and if they intend to go and try something to eat, people are going to recommend about confectionery. All right. In 2017, these two ladies, Kathleen Pinter and her daughter Anna Nitzkax, they traveled to the Cacao Berry Chocolate Lab in France to make something called Or Noir 1815 dark chocolate with 71.9% minimum of cocoa in collaboration with masters there. So they had gone to France to learn the things. All right. Prior to 2020, Gerbaud had never needed to shut down because of the global pandemic in its over 160 years of operations. After coming from France and starting something or Noir, in their eatery, has to face a different reality, and she had taken over only in February as the chief operating officer. And imagine March 2020, they have to close down because of COVID. Once the pandemic emerged in March 2020, all the thriving business units had to close, and Gearbaught lost 90% of its revenue overnight. They also opened a restaurant called Onyx in 2007, which also received 2 Michelin stars before the pandemic closed it down. Another of the company's unit called Emile, a restaurant located in residential area of Budapest, launched a home delivery service out of necessity shortly after being obliged to terminate in-person dining. Remember March 2020? You have to close everything, everywhere in the world. And this is what. So what they started doing is that instead of firing their people, they started home delivery service to the people instead of in-person dining. When on-site service became possible again in June of 2021, Emile was able to provide on previous year's results thanks to this new delivery services. Just as the extreme pandemic-related disruption were subsiding, Anna has been forced to lead Gearbaught through another global disruption, the outbreak of the war in Ukraine. That is also putting some challenges because Ukraine is a neighbor of Hungary, where the Budapest is. So what is the response of Niskas Anna, or Anna Niskas? Because she says that COVID has prepared her to handle various disasters. So because of COVID, she thanks COVID actually, that it has prepared her to handle the Russia and Ukraine war. And she has stabilized her business. And they are looking towards their future and innovating even more boldly. We'll talk about this unicorn business, but let's understand. In your opinion, is Anna an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur? That's your take. And I start with Medinat Shaibu. Over to you, Medinat. We are reversing the order now. Tell me about Anna. Do you think she's an entrepreneur or do you think she's an intrapreneur? Medinat Shaibu.
Good evening once again. I think she's an entrepreneur because why did I say that? It's because she diversified into so many business ideas. She went from this, during COVID, we had so many people some people made money, why some people didn't make money. Some people went down and why some people continue to be in business. So I think she connected, how will I even put it? She connected to the fact that this time that so many people will be at home, they will be needing a whole lot of things that she's into. So that's why I'm saying that she's entrepreneur if I'm not going out of context.
No. I think even I'll unpack what you're saying once I heard everybody. All right, over to you, Solomon. What's your take? Solomon? Is Anna an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur? Solomon? All right, maybe he's not able to hear us. Let's hear Shoaib, what's your take? Shoaib Ahmed?
Thank you very much. I see Anne as someone who has a good measure of both, talking about she being an entrepreneur and at the same time an entrepreneur. She had a platform to launch to the world, and in the course of certain changes that happened, there was a vocal environment and she had to think differently to bring up innovation that will now make the entrepreneurial spirit fuse with her own thinking to propel the organization forward. So as an entrepreneur, she has the business skills, and as an entrepreneur, she already had skills. She developed this skin by taking threat and opportunity out here to the very advantage of the organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Shoaib. So Solomon, Mr. Solomon, can you hear us? Let's go to Peter and then Pooja. To you, Peter.
All right. I concur with Shoaib on this one. It's a mix of entrepreneurial skills, because there's an existing entity already which was successful but had the challenges around COVID. But due to agility, which then brings out the intrapreneurship skills out of her leadership, she managed to leverage the existing business to create a value out of the business and to survive the pandemic out of those initiatives. So for me, it's a combination of the two.
Sure. Thank you so much, Peter. Over to you, Fuza. I think you. All right. I'll just go back. All right. So entrepreneurship is an existing good business, you know, and so that's the important point here, that it is inspired by entrepreneurship. That means, simply put, entrepreneur is entrepreneur in an existing organization. Does it make sense, Fuza? Yeah, does it make sense?
The question again, please.
So the question is very simple. Is Anna an entrepreneur or is she an intrapreneur?
That's what I said. I just got to my seat. I want to really read so I can see, I can explain what you mentioned. I mean, I can give you an answer, sorry.
All right. So let me take
Yes.
back to entrepreneur. They look for an opportunity. They grow the business and they develop in a very specific area. Entrepreneurs, they do the same, but in an existing business. Does it make sense?